that there was so much guilt on her. She cried. I kid you fucking not. She cried. She cried like it was like very sincere. What I felt was that there was certain things that was heavy on her conscience, heavy on her mind, heavy on her life, and that God or the place of religion in God was helping her. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I know some of y'all be like, yo, act well, you gotta stand up. Honestly, well, she was about to walk out like 4 times. But still, I'm not here to bully someone to their face. You get what I'm saying? I felt some empathy for her. I don't know what she's going through. She didn't really exactly tell me, but you know, when she got there, she told my assistant downstairs, but I wanted to get it on camera. She says, "Hey, tell Ack we could talk about anything, but I don't want to talk about my child." That's what she told my assistant. Now, of course, I'm gonna act like I didn't hear it because I need her to say it on camera that y'all understand why I don't talk about her child. Because I would literally ask her, "Hey, listen, what's up with this with your child, right?" And this is what people have been saying. But she was just like, please don't, like, she reiterated that in a little bit different sense. She said, just don't be disrespectful about my child. And I was just like, you know what? There's a bunch of other things I could talk about. So I kind of skipped that topic a bit. But I talked about many things that kind of like in a roundabout way had to do with it, whether it was her sobriety, her relationship with Blueface. One thing I didn't ask about was apparently she had an ex-boyfriend that was also claiming he was a dad. He passed away. Didn't really ask her about that, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what she's going through. I don't know what she's going through. But I'm gonna be honest with you. From the moment she came in my studio to the moment she left, something's heavy on her heart. Something's heavy on her heart, and it's beyond us, and it's beyond me, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's guilt. I don't know if it's regret. I don't know if it's, you know, thinking that maybe you made a lot of mistakes. And also I don't know where that comes from. I was trying to like engage with her to try to tell her about me. I say, hey, listen, I could tell you there was a breaking point for me when I was like, you have to lose weight, right? Like I was like, yo, my sleeping and breathing during sleep was like getting bad, and people were pointing it out to me. And to the one point, I remember one night I couldn't sleep, and I was just like, this is directly correlation to your weight, lose weight. And that was my breaking point, right? Because it's just like waking up I'm already only sleeping 4 or 5 hours, waking up every, I don't know, I think I was waking up like every like 30, 40 minutes. Like it was a horrible night sleeping. So I was tired in the morning. And yeah, that was like a breaking point, right? So I was trying to like use, because I always do that in interviews. I use my experiences because I'm pretty transparent. Use my experiences to make someone else feel comfortable. So it's like, that was my breaking point. What was it with you? And I was trying to like, she kind of said it was jail. She said it was jail a bit. But I feel like there's a lot more there, man. A lot more there. A lot of stuff when we talked about Blueface, she wouldn't really engage too much. She kept saying she didn't want it to be the Blueface interview. And of course, I'm not trying to ask about Blueface completely, but a lot of her transgressions or things that people talked about in the past, she didn't want to talk about. Fights, this, that, and third, people who she wronged. She gave a blanket like, yeah, I do apologize, and I have been apologetic. But I want to let y'all know, sitting across from Chrisean Rock, you have to know when someone is at that point. You get what I'm saying? And we're interviewers or we're commentators. We're not therapists. Your job isn't to push someone to get a viral moment, no matter what the cost is. I'm telling you, sitting with Chrisean, whatever she's going through at this point, I'm gonna pray for her. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Again, I don't have any, like, to keep it real. I'll probably even tone down some of the stuff I say about her if she's actually changing. Now, if it was all a farce, I'm going back up on her. But still, it seems like she got some. I don't know. She got something going on. She got something going on. I wouldn't be surprised, and I want to throw out certain words because again, I'm not no psychiatrist, and I wouldn't be surprised if you know she mentally, she wasn't in a place to be, you get what I'm saying? At a point. I'm not saying now, but the person who I saw on TV and the person who sat in front of me, it's two different people. I'll leave it there. You guys go watch it. Keep watching her journey or not. Who cares? And we'll see if she continues this process, or is it a Brittany Renner type of thing where she just hops off the bandwagon as soon as she feels atoned for whatever sin she feels she probably did. I don't know. I see some people say, "Oh, it's because of the child." Again, I don't know the health of her child. We just commentate on random shit we see about the kid. I don't know, but something's on her mind, and I'm gonna just leave it there. Okay. All right. So you guys should check this out. It's on my main channel. What else is going on?
Hey everybody. I was just about to go live and discuss the interview that DJ Academics and Chrisean had. And then I saw him live discussing it. So I just wanted to touch a couple bases on it and go from there. What is the update on Chrisean's father? Only Chrisean can give that interview and that update, and she hasn't yet. But as soon as she does, I'll be sure to share any information that she shares. As far as that, Carlissa's live, to hell with her. DJ Academics is very weird. I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, and to hope that he really was genuine. But I think that the fact that Chrisean was in his face because he's scary is the number one reason why he was like the way that he was in the interview. The interview did go great. He was definitely very shady. He's still being shady. Yes, he is, Nicola. He was definitely trying her throughout the interview, but she was checking him in real time and kind of redirecting the whole thing. He did kind of, it wasn't all bad, right? It wasn't overall bad. Overall, it was a great interview overall. There was some little messy moments, but overall, I think that he was trying to understand her, because you guys got to understand, right? The mainstream media does not paint Chrisean in a great light. They don't paint her in a great light, and people who are on the outside looking in and are an audience, they don't have the knowledge of Chrisean's growth and where she came from and what she's doing on a daily basis and things like that, like we know. So if you follow Chrisean closely, you have way more insight and you have way more understanding and you have way more love for her, because you've seen her journey on a long distance type of thing, and then also continuously watching her grow as as the times change, as times go by or whatever. But for him, being a person on the outside looking in, they only know what the media posts, and it's all negative stuff. So I don't know, it's just really hard to accept some of the things that people have said about her and then just be so willing to forgive. But at the same time, it's not up to us, right? It's up to her. And if she's willing to forgive people for things that they've said or did to her, it's okay as her supporters to be, to let our guard down and say, you know what, I'm going to ride with her on this decision and allow her to make decisions for herself. I don't want to be the person that's like, oh no, F him, F her, F him, F her. And then it's clouding her decisions and her vision on the way that she wants to go. And then she feels in this box because, oh, if I do this, my supporters may not like it. Or if I don't do this, my supporters may like it or whatever. Like, I'm not trying to sway her anyway in anything that she does. Like, I'm just supporting her in whatever that she does. Now, I might have my own opinion of things, and not agree with 100% how he's moving or whatever, but I don't think that pushing our feelings and opinions off on her is the right way to go about things, right? But in this case, it seems as if Academics was really truly trying to get to the bottom of why she changed, but she kept trying to tell him she's always been this way. The thing about it is that they've only really highlighted the negative, the fighting, the toxicity of her and Blueface and things like that. But nobody has necessarily highlighted all of the times where she was worshiping God and praying and bringing God into the room in her earlier days into being introduced to us. So a lot of people just assume that Chrisean's all of a sudden into God because they never really seen all of that, right? Because nobody was posting clips of her praying when she was in the Blue Girls Club, but she did. Nobody was posting her praying on Bad Girls Club, Blue Girls, I'm not black, Bad Girls, baddies, because that's to them, that's not interesting, right? Like, those clips weren't there like they should have been, right? Because that was all also a part of her and her personality. Shout out to you guys for pulling up. Make sure you guys hit the like button. I did do this live without any type of promo or whatever, letting everybody know I was going live because I just wanted to go live. And then one thing too is Academic's channel is known for striking people for using his content. So I didn't want to use too much of his content without speaking. So I'm gonna play like a couple little clips that I've seen on other people's Instagrams when it comes to the interview. But as far as me playing it, I will not be doing that because I don't want to be striked in any way, form, or fashion. So yeah, but for the most part, the interview was good. And you guys gotta understand it from the view of the audience that she has. The audience only sees certain things from Chrisean. They're not seeing everything that we see. They're not hearing her out in the ways that we hear her out. They're not they don't know, like Academics only knew that she had one sibling, right? He asked her, he said something about Tasiki, for example, and Chrisean got triggered. She was like, why are you clip forming? Like, don't clip form me or whatever. But he wasn't really clip forming. He just didn't know that he had multiple that she had multiple sisters. Now he was live on his kick or whatever, talking about the interview before I was able to catch the ending of it. So I don't know what he said or whatever. But I don't know, like, it's so hard now knowing that a lot of people don't really know every single little thing that's going on with her and the real details about her that we know that make us love her, that make us defend her, that make us stand up for her, so on and so forth. So the people that are dragging her only have so much information. Shout out to you guys over on Twitch. W's in the chat. If you're not already subbed to the channel, make sure you are subscribing, gifting subscriptions. You can sub with your Prime. It's free if you have Prime. So definitely subs in the chat. W's in the chat. Thank you guys so much. But yeah, it just sucks that Chrisean does have to have her guard up. Curly, hey sis, your order went out today. So if you have not seen your tracking in your email, check it because it's there. Love you, love you, love you. But yeah, it does. It sucks that Chrisean always has to have her guard up. But the reason why I'm realizing, and it's always been pretty obvious, but it's even more obvious now that we're going up against people who don't know everything that we know about Chrisean. And that is one of the biggest problems right now. Like, there's so many fake narratives out there about her. that people don't know everything and they only run with the negative narratives because that's all that they're being given with the major platforms, right? Like, yeah, we're posting positive and people are seeing it, but they're not actually following. I only have 14,000 followers on Instagram, and I only have 1,000 on Twitch, and I only have 11,000 on YouTube, meaning that, yeah, that amount of people are seeing it. And then, hey, maybe I'll get more views than followers, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're accepting the information, because in people's mind, they think that I'm biased because I'm a Chrisean supporter. But really, in all reality, I post real receipts to back up anything that I say. I'm not out here defending her off of my opinion and what I think and what I hope and what I want. I'm posting real facts and receipts, but people are really literally tainted when it comes to her. So Akademiks being one of those persons. You don't have to block me, Leslie. You're blocked. Bye, bitch. What the fuck? People just literally say the silliest things, right? And people just run with it because they have no other outlets that are giving them information about Chrisean in a factual manner. They hate to learn or hear the truth, correct? And basically that was what Akademiks was saying in so many words, like, okay, there's more to you than I know, but I don't see that. So where do I go see that? Where do I go and hear that, et cetera, right? But you're not going to know if you're following, if you're not looking for it. Like, if you want to, I feel like if you're going to talk about somebody and cover them, then you should be doing your due diligence and your research. You shouldn't just go off of what the mainstream media says, because there's also two sides to a story, right? So let's get into a couple of the clips that are going around. Shout out to Honey with Tea and Chrisean the Icon. And also any other platforms that you guys know that some of the clips are on. Send them to me so that I can show them, because I want to discuss some of the portions of the interview. I don't remember everything, but I'm going to go ahead and discuss what I do remember.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes I can't say if y'all beefing, because I remember one time
because we have like this brother and sister relationship, and sometimes he get over. I really feel like when Blue was ready to do a show, but he took like a good 150 or maybe 200,000 from that man and turned himself in before delivering the show, like, doing the show. But he ain't tell, I turned myself in a couple days. He ain't say that. He just like, give me the down payment. Took the down payment and turned himself in. So then instead of him just going it up with Blue, he held my Crazy in Love checks, which was like, I only had like one more check left. It was 120,000.
We're getting 120 per episode?
Well, it was two checks in one. So yeah, because I was paying, because I get paid from the subscriptions for 8 months straight.
Hit the like button, guys. Support the channel with a super chat.
Together was 250, but separate was like half of that. You get him saying 120.
Okay.
Something like that. I don't know. But long story short, he owed me like 120,000 at one point because Blue then ran off on him.
Yeah, but that's not your husband. You gotta be like, yo, that's get out.
Yeah. And I try to tell him, like, me and Blue not even together. Like, I need my money. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, I go towards bills. What the fuck?
But you make a lot of money outside of that. You probably get like.
I didn't care for it, but when every time he try to work with me again, I'm like,
principle.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, give me what you owe me, and we could talk about some other stuff.
I think you're
That's why we kept getting back and forth. Like, it was like a situation where he tried to rob me for real, because what Blue did to him, and then yeah.
I think you're like you're the biggest star that's ever came off the platform.
Where?
Like, Zeus.
And is.
Right?
Appreciate it.
Like, I mean, name someone else that's had like that much of a polarizing effect where I think outside of that.
Yeah, because a lot of people would be thinking like, just because they're like number one on the Billboard or number one in certain areas, I'm number one on this internet stuff. Like, yeah. And it's just, that's what it is. You get what I'm saying?
Well, people have eaten up all aspects of your life. And I think you've understood it and just kind of accepted it.
Yeah, but now I have to solidify that and capitalize that all the way fully on my own.
Yeah.
Because I'll let somebody else try it, do it for me, and I'll always get the short end of the stick, or it doesn't do nothing for me but blow up in my face. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I completely get it.
Because I should be further than where I'm at today right now, but just because of the mistakes I made and the route I was going and the people I was with, I still feel like I am.
You fuck with Lemmy so, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes I can't say if y'all beefing because I'm.
So in this specific portion, he asked her about Lemmy and her relationship, and we got some tea that we never really knew. Remember when she was coming out saying, yeah, I need my money, you need to turn in my bread, etc., give me my money. That was because Blueface took his money, went to jail, and didn't do the show that he had, the rap thing, the rap queens, whatever. And then Chrisean pretty much was held responsible for the money. So that's something that we didn't know, but I was so proud of her for setting the boundaries, letting them know basically, like, you know, like, I'm not responsible for what he has going on, but she didn't down talk Lemmy in any way. She just was explaining something. So I'm pretty sure they've mended that relationship, because she's since then worked with him, went on Baddies Midwest, whatever. And that was it. So I'm glad that she made that, you know, cleared that up or whatever. She also talked to him about why she went on a hiatus.
Like Chrisean on her own isn't that interesting.
Oh no, I don't worry about stuff like that.
You don't care about that.
No, I'm not. No, no, that's not even. That's what the haters say.
Yeah,
that's not what it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's next for you?
This. I had this song. I don't even know the name to it, but I can't wait to drop it.
What?
I was supposed to do like it on the radar, but I still have to find out.
Oh, some music.
Yeah, it's a song. Yeah,
why don't you drop like a product or something like that? I feel like you guys so much.
Yeah, that's too. I used to have like merch and stuff, but I had to redo everything. Like when I stopped doing everything and just stick it beside Blue while he locked up, it kind of sucked the life out of me for real, from career, creativity, my mental space, like everything. So like,
what do you mean you stopped? Like you just
stopped. I stopped doing bookings. I stopped doing shows.
Why?
Stopped hanging. Because he told me to.
So you couldn't.
He wanted me to stay home.
You probably were getting a nice little bag from, but like
no, it was no bag.
No, I said, but you.
It was no bag from him.
No. Well, I'm saying that I would want you to do bookings because you're popular. Yeah, you're gonna get a nice bag. But why no?
Because everybody attract to me. Like say if it's the biggest, like all right, say if we go to a event and it's the biggest is in a corner. Somehow, somewhere, I'm gonna be with the biggest thing in the corner. He don't like that.
Yeah.
It's a you know, insecureness and that. And then too.
But sometimes again, I'm talking from a nigga who's been in toxic relationships. So half the time I'm gaslighting, half the time she gaslighting. We both gaslighting.
Nah, bro. Like okay, it's Super Bowl weekend. I'm outside, but I'm outside with a multiple. It's everybody outside. Yeah. It's G Herbo, it's Drake, it's Lil Baby, it's everybody.
You're texting Baby.
Huh?
You're texting Baby.
Who?
That's what he said.
I'm just saying, long story short, he the type, he'll post my son genitals.
Over 200 people in the chat, guys. Please hit the like button. We only have 78 likes. Please take a moment to hit the like button and send a super chat. Support the super chats on the channel. I don't have a goal set today, but definitely support the channel and support the likes on the channel as well. Share the live.
She got the tea, don't you see? Spilling truth with every sip so free. Got the documents, got the receipts. Every story she completes. Grab your tea, it's a hot topic spree. Sipping truth with a side of glee. Box of chocolates, sweet and neat. Hot tea's here, take your seat.
And if you don't know how to hit the like button on the vertical screen, you can double tap if you're on your phone, or you can hit the three dots at the top right corner, and you can hit the like button from there. Thank you for all your support.
Casting light in the middle of the night. Grab your tea, it's a hot topic spree. Sipping truth with a side of glee. Box of chocolates, sweet and neat. Hot tea's here, take your seat. When the kettle's on, you know it's real. Stories unfold, secrets she'll reveal. Covering the hot topics with flair.
Thank you, T. Wash, for the super chat.
You're more aware. Grab your tea, it's a hot topic spree. Sipping truth.
We'll get back into the content once we hit 100 likes.
Hot tea's here, take your seat.
Get out the bushes and hit the likes, haters. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. Let's get back into it. So basically in this clip, she was basically explaining that she took the break due to supporting Blueface and basically him wanting her to take the break out of jealousy, out of spite, out of, trying to protect her from other men in his mind, like he doesn't want her to be around any other men. That's one of his biggest issues. Everybody will try to make it seem like it's another issue, but one of his biggest issues is jealousy and insecurity. So that's why he always wants her to stay in the house. And as you can see, she's being very much not listening. She's not listening. Thank you, Candy, for the super chat. Thank you, sis, for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. So let's get back into the clip.
Tag the person I was with to F up that relationship so that person will never deal with me again. That's the type of dude I was dealing with. But you do stuff too. No, bro, no. Can you stop doing that? You want him on this show. That's why you
because it's always back and forth.
Nah, it's always back and forth. There's no back and forth. He just don't know how to facilitate as a man without being insecure. Straight up. I seen people that have baby mothers or have girls with kids that they deal with, but put them up out of the way. So it's not like confrontational. Nah, it's like he want to see me dead, losing, laughing.
Like Chrisean on her own isn't that interesting.
Oh no, I don't worry about stuff like that.
You don't care about that.
No, I'm not. No, no, that's not even. That's what the haters say.
Yeah.
That's not what it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's next for you?
So basically, long story short, she's no longer basically listening to Blueface, right? Like, I don't know if that means that she's completely not going to work with him or anything like that. I just think that she's now doing what she knows is best for her, and she's not letting anybody control how she moves. Now, everybody has all these different opinions about whether or not her being with Bodine and being with Bravo and Creep as her team is somehow something to do with Blueface, but I totally don't think that it is. I think that that's something separate, and that she just feels comfortable working with them and having them with her as security, so on and so forth, because she's realized, and she also said in this interview, that she basically put herself in a lot of positions that she's been in because she didn't even go with people that she know that will stand up for her and people that she could trust and so on and so forth. She just knows that, if I got the Crips with me, if I got the people with me that are basically like family, these people are family, guys, regardless of how messy they've been, no matter how much they've talked about her, no matter how much they feed these people or that page or this page, they're literally like a family, right? They're all connected some way, somehow, and they're always going to be, involved in each other's lives in some way, unless they all just decide to say, fuck Blueface, period, right? Because this is Blueface's baby mama. So you got to know that if that's his baby mama, that his homies and team members and things like that are also going to see value in assisting her in ways, so I don't think that it has anything to do with Blueface. for the simple fact that we heard on Twitch Blueface telling her not to work with some of these people. So with that being said, yeah, I don't think that is more to it than that, but we'll see, because I think that that's up for debate, whether or not she's solely taking this stance on things because, you know, she's by herself right now, or if this is long term. I truly hope that Chrisean is being long term with all her decisions right now, like, period. At the end of the day, I do. I hope that she is standing on business now and in the future when her baby daddy gets out.
I graduated high school at 18 and went straight to Northern California in the mountains to train for like track and field. And then I did school with this 2-year college.
Well, I'm only going off of what she said, Coco. You said, please explain, how do they have her back, Bodine, when he's been trying to take her down for months? I've discussed that with her, and she said straight up that she feels that he has her back. I can't speak on what I know behind the scenes, but I can pretty much attest to him holding Blue accountable in certain situations too. Yeah, on the front end, on the T page end and things like that, he has been very messy. I'm not gonna even sit here and try to lie and hide that fact, right? Because everybody knows that. But also behind the scenes, he was also communicating with people when she was in jail in regards to her bail and her lawyer and things like that. He was giving information to supporters who was trying to help and get things to certain people for her and things like that. So that's the thing. You guys only know what you see on the public side of things, but you don't necessarily see or know what's going on the back end. And I'm here to tell you that on the back end, I feel that they have also been supporting her, in all honesty. But a lot of those things have to be hidden too, because sometimes they go against the grain with supporting her. If Blueface and her are not on good terms and they come out and they support her, he may get mad at them. So I think that a lot of times they have to hide their real true feelings, and they have to put on this front on the front end, and then on the back end, everybody's doing something different. So please believe there's more to these things in this whole circuits, more than what you know and see out on the front end. But I know Bodine personally, like, not know him personally, well, kind of. And I talked to him personally, and he's been super supportive. Like, even when I went to the restaurant, right? You would think that all the drama online was spilled into real life. So I reached out, and when I was like, hey, you know what? I just want to touch bases and make sure it's cool that I'm coming, whatever. And he's like, nah, it's cool. Like, we supporting we cool with the support on all ends. Like, it's none of that. Like, nobody's going to bother you. You know what it is, Hershey, So Bodine's a solid individual. I'm not even going to try to make it seem like he's all grimy, but he has definitely been grimy too. So, you know, I've seen two sides of him. I'm sorry, but I have.
Called Feather River.
Let me restart this.
I graduated high school at 18 and went straight to Northern California in the mountains to train for like track and field. And then I did school with this 2-year college called Feather River. And then the second semester or year, no, I don't know. Around the time of freshman year of college, I got called to do the JJ Watt Brothers. It was like this game show called Ultimate Tag. So they flew me out to LA. So while I was in school, I went to LA for a month. And then I liked it out there. I was like, oh yeah, I got to transfer. So then went back to school, you know. And then the next semester, I transferred to LA. And when I transferred to LA, I still was in school. And then that's when I did the Blue Girls Club show, and I was doing other stuff, but that was the one that y'all see me on.
Yeah, that's the thing that popped off you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at that point in your life, you're still trying to figure stuff out. Did you think you were going to go back to school, or you're like, you know?
No, I knew once I make some money, I was going to give it up. Because I used school as a crutch to stay stable, because I ain't have nowhere to go. Like,
what do you mean nowhere to go?
Like, no real family, no house, no nothing. Like, nothing. My mother was on drugs. My father was on drugs. So, like, I'm either staying with a family member, a friend, a boyfriend, a coach, a teammate. But I kept straight A's and I stayed in sports.
Hearing the story from others, it felt
Yeah.
like that situation probably took you out of the instability, right? Because you're kind of describing it that you didn't have a stable
Yeah.
thing, right? And then,
But like student housing,
yeah,
they gave me I had student housing. I was stable with school.
okay,
So like then I got some money before I met Blue. I got my apartment, my first apartment at 19. And then like the first couple of days I stayed in there, I ended up going to the mansion and never went back.
So everybody basically always has these theories in their head about what she was doing prior to Blueface and then how she's now after Blueface. One of the things about it is Chrisean has never tried to portray that Blueface didn't help her. And that's one of the reasons why she shows so much love to him despite everything that goes on. And then people judge her for it and they try to make it seem as if, she's obsessed with him, she's this, she's that. But no, she feels like he helped her with a big major milestone in her life, which was basically putting her in the front of the world because she already knew she had the star power, but everybody just didn't know who she was to know who the star power belonged to or what star power she had. So she's grateful for that, and that's her relationship and that's her appreciation. She spoke on a tattoo when it came to Blueface. Academics was like, why did you get the tattoo on your face? Like, what's up with the tattoo? Whatever. And she was like, I got this because he made a big impact on my life, basically. And she was like, this is just a way that I express my love. Like, everybody feels a certain type of way about my tattoos, but if me and you ran it up together, I would get you tattooed as well. So everybody in the comments was like, oh, that's weird, but this is just her. That's her love language. That's what she does. It may not be for you, but what's for you is not for everybody else. So there's no reason to judge a person based on how they love and what they've been through. Because like she said, being a sibling of 11, and she's number 11 out of 12, her way of living is different. Like, a lot of people had 12 siblings when they were growing up, but that was back in the day. Nowadays, nobody really has that many siblings. So for someone in this generation to have that many siblings, their love is different. Their tolerance is different. Their living situations are different. They go through so many different things than others, right? So yeah, it's like judging people and they come from a different background is weird because you don't necessarily know what a person has came through and went from. So I'm super, super, super proud of her. Thank you, Coco Chanel, for the super chat. I appreciate it. I appreciate her for being transparent and open and not being afraid to sit in front of academics, because being in front of academics after all he said, literally, you would have expected her to crash out, right? But she didn't. She didn't have to. She didn't have to because she literally stood on business. And not only that, she helped him in so many ways. Like, they literally prayed together. She made him download the Bible chat app. That was dope. He created his account right there on the interview. She was able to like touch on some spiritual things with him. And I thought that was dope because we always see him in such a negative light. I would have never even known that he loved God or had any God in him. But he literally said, like, I used to go to church all the time. And this is what I'm saying. People have so many things to say about the clubs that she performed at over the weekend. And we're going to get into that soon. But people was like, oh, she performed in a strip club. Baby, turn the club into the sanctuary, okay? Whether it was a strip club or a regular club. Yes, we seen the people there dancing and doing what they were doing. But while she was performing, they were on pause, baby. They were tuned in. They was on live. They was recording her. They were all worshiping God. They were singing Yahweh. You never know who needed that. Do you know what goes on in strip clubs? Do you know what goes on in clubs, period? God is everywhere. Yes, clock it, Brandy. Clock it. Clock it. So W's in the chat for Chrisean. Let me go ahead and pull up the interview Because I want to play a little portion of it. I don't play too much because I don't need this man playing around with me in my channel.
Nah, pray, of course.
Okay,
What you
cool.
think I want some demonic person?
No, I was just asking.
No, come on. Okay.
This was the end
Nah,
of the
pray, of
interview.
course.
Okay,
What you think
cool.
I want some demonic person?
No, I was just asking.
No, come on. Okay.
God, thank you
Shout
for
out to
the
Chrisean
opportunity
Shade
of
Room.
connecting and building relationships and networking. I pray that you excel.
Oh, this was the beginning.
Academics.
Okay, sorry. This was the beginning of the interview, and before the interview, Chrisean prayed, and at the end of the interview, DJ AKADEMIK prayed. So I'm going to show you guys the beginning, and then I'm going to go to the end of the interview as well. But W is in the chat for Chrisean for facing her ops and changing the narrative, because this helps, because DJ AKADEMIK definitely has been speaking on her in a more positive light. He still is, subliminal and a little weird every now and then, but that's just his personality. But he is still speaking on her in a positive way now. And he said that he was going to refrain from speaking on her and her baby in a negative light because of this. So sometimes you got to face your adversities so that you can turn things around. So W Chrisean, W interview.
Nah, pray, of course.
Okay,
What you
cool.
think I want some demonic person?
No, I was just asking.
No, come on. Okay.
God, thank you for this opportunity of just connecting and building relationships and networking. I pray that you excel in academics, life, spiritually, physically, and emotionally, whatever he needs or whatever he's praying for. Lord God.
JP, you're out of here.
I pray that he receive it in Jesus' name. Thank you, Lord God, for this opportunity just to be on his platform, and I pray that this continue to just reach others and continue to him making his bag. Amen.
Nah, pray, of course.
Chrisean was on him though. Like every time he tried to play with her, she was like, no. One more time and I'm up out of here. She was not playing around with him. Let's see. Let's get to the end.
More distant relationship with God, and I'm wondering if, or would you think
how well I'm doing, how much, and watch you come, and then right around after he tried to say it wasn't his baby, the same day he said it wasn't his baby, he had the baby in his arms 3 a.m. in the morning because I was at the studio. He went to go steal the baby. You ain't see that video when he went to go steal the baby?
Oh yeah,
he posted the video, and I'm like, I'm out working. Like, you at the studio with some niggas, like, that's him, bro. So
it's ghetto, it's toxic, it's what he does. It's just Blueface. And that's all she's trying to say. She's not in agreement with it, because I saw a lot of people saying, oh, and you're in agreement with this after how he did you and your baby. She's not in agreement with it. She just knows who she's dealing with. And when you know who you're dealing with, when you're dealing with people, then you deal with them better. Like, you have to know who you're dealing with. And when you're in this industry as well, you have to deal with your ops head on. You can't ignore them, because if you ignore them, then they just keep going with the oppy behavior, and addressing them and getting in their face and putting the truth in their face. What can AKADEMIK say now after she's showed him who she was? Because he already has said that he was basically expecting her to crash out and all of that. That's what he said today when he did the review. He said he was expecting her to crash out. Matter of fact, follow me on Twitch, because after this, I'm going to get on Twitch and then we'll discuss and watch the whole interview and kind of break it down, because I can't do it on YouTube because I'll get a copyright strike, but on Twitch, we can do it. So make sure you guys follow me on Twitch. We'll do another live after, and remove all these weirdos who keep coming over here. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, why are y'all so mad? Like, I've never seen people watch somebody that they don't like, and then not only are you watching her, you found your way to one of her biggest supporters platform. Why the fuck are you over here if you don't like Chrisean and you know that I'm her biggest? Not the biggest. Well, I am the biggest, but I hate to try to make it seem like I'm the only big supporter, because there's a whole bunch of big supporters. But why would you be on one of her biggest supporters platforms playing with her, thinking you're going to slide? Like, do you not see the shooters in the chat? Like, they're not playing with you. They're going to air your ass out of here. So I'm not sure what you're really expecting when you come up over here. But we don't play those type of games. Like, there's no Chrisean slander tolerated. And why? Because what the fuck for? There's so many pages dragging her and hating on her. We don't got to do that over here, and we don't have to tolerate it, and we don't have to deal with your opinion of her. If you don't like her and you don't like what we're saying, get the fuck on. You're not welcome. Simple. And definitely the biggest. And don't forget the realest.
I ain't gonna not claim the baby. They go steal the baby. Because he knows his baby. No, it's not toxic. It's just like he got some brokenness that he got to heal from and get through. Because if he don't heal, he break everybody around him.
The Offset stuff wasn't true, right?
Huh?
The Offset stuff.
What's up with Offset? Why y'all keep asking these dumb questions? No.
No comment. Okay.
No.
All right, so we got music coming soon. Okay. Music coming soon. Music. Chrisean, you're healing. I like it. You're healing. Don't turn around.
You gotta be hot. Keep that AC on.
And music coming soon. More merch product. I think you gotta drop a product line.
I am. Just let me get it.
Like a little workout outfit type shit.
Let me get it together. Let me get it together.
She's basically saying, like, I got so much coming. I got so much I want to do, but I'm still trying to come out, get it all figured out, line up everything that I have planned up so it's properly done and done the right way this time. Because she's done a lot over the time, but she wants it to be more structured, you know, in order and things like that.
The slightest thing.
Let me see.
I waited and I will wait. Kon Rock.
Huh?
By the end of the year, what conversation will we be having about you? Or would you think
how well I'm doing? How much I stay consistent with God. And I'm gonna say thank you, God, in advance for that. So yeah.
I'm excited and I'm rooting for you.
I'm rooting for you too, yo. What's your next academics? Cause you be chewing people up.
No, I'm a good guy. I'm not a good guy. Yo, first of
all, thank you, Boots, for the super chat.
You be chewing people up, but
yo, Chrisean, I'm telling you,
it's funny when it's not me, but
me and my worst versus you and your worst. I want to get like you though.
What?
I want to get like you.
Hold on, let me see. Boots super chat said, I'm so proud of Chrisean's growth. Keep swimming, Chrisean. Definitely keep swimming. Don't let nobody knock you off your pivot. And at the end of the day, the haters are going to hate, but the love is always here. And as you can see, haters can never stand on business, right? They always pop all this hot grease online, and they be having everybody in an uproar, and we be ready to line it up. Because one thing about us is we stand on business for real, on the internet and in person. So anything that I say online, I'm going to stand on the same thing in person. But the haters aren't the same. They're literally just trolls. And then when they see her in person, they're fans, they're supporters, they're happy to see her. They're, you know, not saying anything that they said online. They always saying, you know, oh, we know she's going to be here. We know she's going to be there. We know she's going to be here. Like they be stalking her, and then she be all these places and don't know ops pull up and do nothing. Because what are you really going to do? Op. Like you can't beat her. You're not going to do nothing when you see her out in person, because it's literally in her, not on her. So I said all that to say, I hope that this right here helps everybody moving forward. Ignore the negativity. I don't give a fuck how many negative things you see. Don't send it to me for sure. Leave it away from me. Don't send me nothing. I'm going to tell y'all something right now. I don't miss nothing. I see every single thing. Positive, negative, subliminals, hate pages I don't fuck with. All of that. I see everything. I'm not missing nothing, but I ignore a lot of stuff because I have to protect my peace. And I also have to remember Chrisean follows me. So if Chrisean's following me, if I'm addressing and posting certain things, then that means she's going to actually definitely see it for sure, no matter whether or not she's looking or not, because it's automatically going to show up on her timeline. So I'm not out here trying to put negativity directly in her face. I'm not out here trying to put her ops in her face. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've stopped posting Carlissa and Jaden on my Instagram because all they do is throw subliminal shots at her all fucking day. And I don't want to trigger her into responding. So yeah, we could address them over here. We could address them on TikTok. We could address them on Twitch. We could address them on all these other platforms that Chrisean's not really tuned into 100% all day, but not on Instagram. Because what the fuck for? What the fuck for? What are we doing it for? Like, we're not giving them no clout. Like, for what? Like, they don't need no clout on my Instagram because she's already dealing with enough. She doesn't need to be arguing with them or seeing them and feeling like she needs to respond or whatever. If she does, let her do it on her own. Don't let it be from her supporters. Like, for what? They have enough pages dragging her and talking shit, so on and so forth. She don't need none of her pages helping them do their job that they're doing on her, period. So yeah, I've stood on business. I know that a lot of people have been asking that, but I decided that now is the time because they're not even talking about nothing, and then they don't even get no views or anything from it. Like, it's not even helping me in any way. What up, Misfit? Hey, sis. So W's in the chat for Hot Tea Hot Chocolate, protecting our girl and her peace, period. Because everybody's been tired of them boots. You right. Everybody has been tired of them. Everyone has been asking that. And hey, Misty. Hey, Misty. So yeah, let's stand on business. They ain't talking about nothing. Now, that don't mean that I ain't gonna cover them. So don't ever get it twisted because it's all a part of the narrative. It's all a part of the circus and it's all a part of a story. So sometimes it's okay to cover it because Chrisean might respond to it. And if I didn't post whatever they said, then she responds. Then everybody's gonna be like, what did she say? What did Carlissa say? What is she responding to? So if you're looking to see what they said, it's not going to be on Instagram. It's going to be on YouTube, TikTok, or Twitch. So make sure you guys follow me on all those platforms. That way we can definitely still get into the tea. We're not missing out on anything, and we're not having a part of the story out there. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, let's get back into this. DJ AKADEMIKS, please do not copyright my channel for these little clips that I'm showing of your shit, bro. For real, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be so pissed. For real.
I don't know if it's I'm going to get there.
Solitude.
No, I want to get to a maturation process where I'm able to let shit slide. Like for a long time, when people said something or the slightest thing, I waited and I will wait. Be 3 years, 4 years, and when I got them or when they fell into misfortune, I'm back on their ass. I couldn't wait. I held it for 3 years. That was me. And I'm learning that, some of these things, like you're in a place of being so blessed, you gotta let it go. I don't know. I'm growing still. I'm trying to figure it out.
So I thought that this was a very transparent, dope moment for both Chrisean and DJ AKADEMIKS, because I think when they dropped the little video of them saying they were friends, people was like, y'all friends? What the fuck? He's a wooty, woo, woo, woo. But this is, God will make anybody friends, okay? Even the person that you dislike the most, if God says, get that hate out your heart, if God says forgive, if God says I'm in the room, that'll change the whole atmosphere. So I don't blame her for, welcoming and warming up to him in his face, because he has a different energy. His energy was even different in this interview than it was on his stream today. So we are definitely going to review his stream, and we're going to review the whole interview on my Twitch. So get ready, because I want to see the difference in the stream he did today, versus the interview, because it sounded a little, he basically was saying like, yeah, I think she's changed, but if she didn't really change, that I'm gonna bleed her, basically, in so many ways. So it's a little wishy-washy, but we'll see. So
how's your relationship with God? Now, mind me asking, because sometimes
it's fine.
Okay.
I think I have always could do better. Always could.
This is a review, YouTube. I'm reviewing DJ AKADEMIK's interview with Chrisean. I am not playing his video as content. I am playing little clips and I am reviewing it and I am listening and then I am giving my own opinion to the parts that I heard, and it's not a big portion. Please, please.
Do better.
You read? And we'll read, and if you're not reading,
Not
you
as
should-
much as I should, and my mama is on my ass every day about it because
because it changes you from the inside. You start being like more creative in a different light. That's what I've been trying to
I
do.
used to go to church every Sunday.
It's
Bible
not
study
about
and
going to
everything.
church.
No. But what I'm saying is I was so much heavy growing up into church. Like now it's like maybe on a holiday.
Now, drop a chocolate bar in the chat if, well, no, not a chocolate bar, but drop a L in the chat if you had any idea that DJ Academics was spiritual in any way. Like, drop a L in the chat if you knew this already. Drop a L in the chat if you already knew that. If you knew he was spiritual. And I expect to see no L's because I did not know that. I didn't know he was spiritual in any way. I didn't know that. I thought that he was just completely toxic and messy. No one knew that. So as much as people are like, I hated that she did this interview, it brings out a different side of him, and it shows her anointing. It shows her anointing to me, honestly. She's bringing out a different side of a person who we never even knew had this in him. So W Chrisean in the chat for sure.
Or maybe not.
Okay.
So I've definitely had a more distant relationship with God, and you know, I'm wondering if maybe trying to bridge that gap a little bit will change a few things, right? It's done wonders for you.
Yeah. Do you pay your tithes and offering? Do you know what that is?
I do know what that is, and I can't say I've
I think if you do that, bro, it add increase on everything. Your obedience is like your way out of everything. I can't explain it. So if I'm obedient to what God said in the word, everything else God is taking care of on my behalf.
Chrisean is on an assignment, if you didn't know. Chrisean is on an assignment. Her assignment is bigger than even she knows. It's bigger than we know. It's bigger than a lot of us, because sometimes we'll be like, F him. Why she going back to him? F him. Why she interviewing with him? Why she trusting Bodine? Why she doing it? She's on an assignment. She's on an assignment. God has assigned her to do something major. And it's happening in the front of everybody's eyes. And even when we don't see the bigger picture, she knows the bigger picture. And sometimes she may not even know it, but her heart is literally following God's orders. She's on an assignment, and she's changing the way that we see people. She's changing relationships with people. Like she's on an assignment. I'm telling you right now.
Because I'm taking care of what I need to take care of, and it's the easiest thing to do is follow directions. I mean, it's not as easy. It's more easy said than done, but baby steps at a time.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like, what are you going to do from now on? Do you journal?
No. Gave us this journey of towards forgiveness is not me.
Yeah. We almost
No,
done. Let's do the plan together.
All right. Teachings are more relevant than ever. We're surrounded by division, pain, and hurt. A simple act of kindness can be a light in someone's.
So in this clip, she basically was helping him understand the app that she helped him download in reference to reading Bible scriptures, something that he said he wanted to do more. So W Chrisean and W Academics for this portion, because I thought that this was dope and it's going to help somebody. It may not help everybody all at once, but it's going to help somebody. And then they prayed. So I want to go to the prayer, and then I'm going to get up out of here.
And I appreciate it because my team, they was like, come on, we just working. And I was just like, he kind of rubbed me wrong a couple of times. Why do we have to go? And I'm like, is he paying? Like, I was like, really not feeling it. And then like, a still voice was like, go. Like, it's okay.
You heard that? God told her to go. Come on now. God told her to go because this is major for her.
So I came.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was cool. And you and not rejecting, like, God is really on your life. Like,
listen, I
his
thank you
hands all over
for
it this time.
no, this is gotta be you. You know, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
All right, listen.
Oh, wait, hold on.
I try.
You been messing up?
Sometimes because
They about to
I
pray.
read on different apps.
Okay.
So you can ask questions. This is like an AI. Like, you could be like, what scripture talks about forgiveness? What you could ask it anything.
Really?
Or when did Jesus die? Or it would pull up information.
Okay.
Even if you ask ChatGPT, you'd be like, what religion would you follow if you was here? They'd say Christian because it had the most facts about Christ's death. And
Guess what? Chrisean forgiving academics doesn't necessarily mean he's going to change, right? And that's going to be all on him because once a person decides to forgive you and humble themselves enough to be in your presence after you doing wrong to them, and you decide that you're going to continue to do wrong by them, all he's going to do is end up with a bad year. All he's going to do is end up with bad things happening. Like, God is not going to be pleased with him, especially with him saying that he's trying to walk closer with God, and then you see that she's trying to walk closer with God, and then your motive is to come out and still tear her down. I don't think that that's going to go over well with God. So it's not up to us to hold him accountable on changing or doing whatever he needs to do. He better do right by God because he's the one that he's owing this to. The forgiveness is for her, not for him.
it has, like, I can't explain it, but long story short, this is good.
This is historic.
Shelley,
Chrisean Rock has
is.
put me onto the Bible app. Now I'm
Bible
gonna get
chat is really
Bible
good.
chat.
Bible
Yeah.
chat.
It's called Bible chat.
You see
People.
how you read it and you can understand it?
Yeah, no, of
and
course.
it's not like a whole paragraph. It's broken up.
It's really easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to lead us in prayer?
W's in the chat if you got Bible chat or you're going to get Bible chat. I'm definitely going to download Bible chat my damn self. God forgive me for the damn. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be downloading Bible chat because myself, I also get weary. And there's times where I just want to know what Bible scripture should I be going to. And I don't know. And I don't know who to go to. And then some people I know to go to, but I don't know. You know, like, it's hard trusting people when it comes to prayer and anointing, right? Because people will portray that they're anointed and that they are, they're someone that you can ask for advice from and things like that, but then they'll really be like not the person who you really need. So W to me in the chat for sure, and W to whoever's downloading the Bible chat app, because we need that in our lives.
You do it this time.
No, this is gotta be you. You know, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
All right, listen. Lord, I'm glad to, come in contact with Chrisean Rock today. Someone who is misunderstood by not only me, but definitely others through conversation, learning, and with your grace, we have figured out and also realized that she's a child of God. She's someone who is going through a spiritual journey, trying to be a better person. And she has ways that reflect the essence and the mission of Christ. And what we should do is to try to embody some of those same ideals to all become better people. I thank the Lord for allowing this to happen and for you to come here for us to have this conversation. In Jesus' name, we pray.
Amen.
Amen. There we go. Got you. Look at you, girl.
Thank you. I knew I should let you lead this one. That was a good one.
No.
Okay, my boy, because I prayed for you. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. That just brought tears to my eyes. Because I heard it yesterday when I watched it, but it's different watching it today because you heard him. You guys, don't be mean, right? Don't be mean to people because we are out here preaching, don't hold nobody's past against them. That's what we're preaching for Chrisean. So I'm going to also say the same for academics. Don't hold his past against him. You got to give him the benefit of the doubt. You feel me? Because he just said in his prayer, Chrisean is misunderstood by me and many people, God. He literally said that to God. That really, 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 really touched my heart. It really, really, really just touched my heart again, because nobody's perfect. And when you get out here and you have these platforms, you have a job to do and you want to do your job. And then sometimes after the end of the day, you go back and you question your job. You question, wow, I just did this to a person and I'm out here preaching, don't do this and don't do that. I said this, I said that. So it literally is not that easy being human. And walking with God is not on nobody else's time. It's on your time and it's on his time. So I definitely have an open mind for this. I hope that it can bring a change in him, whether it's a change towards her or just a change in general, on him. I hope that it helps. And also, I'm just thankful that we were able to witness this moment of her getting him to pray and speak about God on his platform, because his platform is not about God. He does not ever pray on his platform that I've seen. And that's another thing as well, right? He's probably misunderstood because we don't watch him. So we may think that he doesn't pray or mention God on his streams, but he might talk about God all day. And then we only see little clips of him going viral about negativity, because that's what the mainstream blogs and media like to do. They only post people in a negative light or in the drama filled light because that's what's entertaining. Nobody really likes positivity. Like, nobody's going to give you much engagement when it comes to being positive. So we also got to understand, guys, being forgiven is big. Like, being a forgiver is big, and not holding a grudge. A person can do whatever they want to you, whatever. Let God handle it. Forgive and you don't got to forget, but forgive and pray for them, because your enemies will someday become your footstool. So thank you guys so much for supporting me and my channel today. I loved how this interview was overall positive, and it was good. And so I'm gonna go now over to Twitch. Yeah, he did say that she is misunderstood. Yeah, he did. We're gonna go over to Twitch now. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for his prayer. Exactly. See, that's what I want to see. W's in the chat. W, guys, chocolate bars in the chat as well. We're going to go over to Twitch. So let me drop the link. We're going over to Twitch right now. So do not miss this. We're going over to Twitch right now so that we can watch what he said today. We're going to watch what he said today. So if you want to know what he said today, come on over to my Twitch. I'm pinning it now. Let me pin the comment. This is a very positive review. And I love that it started with prayer, it ended with prayer, and it left me with a positive feeling about academics, simply said. I'm sorry. He is wishy-washy. He is. Most men are. But for the most part, on his platform, you guys, he has a fan base too. And they were not happy at all about this interview. They were literally like, why you didn't say this? Why you didn't ask her about this? Why you didn't drag her? Why you didn't this? Why you didn't that? And he still posted it. He still went through with it. He did not back down. He also changed his caption today because Chrisean told him she didn't want to be seen by Kon Rock. And she didn't want to be no longer mentioned as Kon Rock. And he went and changed it in the what is it? The caption today. He changed it to just Chrisean. Let me make sure. Let me go back and see before I say he did and he did it. Let me see. Yep. Chrisean confronts academics after years of beef online, talks Blueface drama and healing. So DJ AKADEMIKs in the chat, guys. Come on, do that for me. DJ AKADEMIKs in the chat. And then we're out of here and we're going to go over to Twitch. So make sure you guys are hitting that Twitch link. Hit that Twitch link. W's in the chat for DJ Academics for at least trying to be a better person. Trying. At least trying, right? For at least trying. You can't fault a person for trying. You can't do that, right? Positive vibes. So the Twitch is in the chat. Follow me on Twitch. We're about to go live. Give me like 5 minutes, guys. We'll be back. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all the love and support. We'll be back later. Bye.